Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back for another video. It is a good day to have a good day. So today we are going through everything that I keep in my pantry that I feel like you guys need to know about. We're gonna skip the spices, we're gonna skip some of the other stuff, but a lot of the things that I reach for and grab for lazy girl meals, quick healthy meals that you can make happen. So I'm so excited to share these things with you. Let's get into today's video. First things first, I've talked about this guy in so many different videos. It is the Seeds of Change quinoa and brown rice with garlic. Now, I try not to be a microwave meal kind of gal, but there are some times where I just am feeling some quinoa and brown rice and I have no desire to cook or do all of the other things that it's going to take to get there. It's normally a last minute decision. I don't tend to eat a lot of grains, and this guy has been super helpful. I've been using these packets for years. They take like 90 seconds in the microwave, and I always keep them on hand just for those days where I feel like I need a little bit more carbs in my life and I'm craving something. So water, brown rice, quinoa, basic ingredients. There is a little bit of soy in here. There's like a tiny bit of soy, which I try to avoid, but if you need a last minute option, this is a perfect one to keep on hand. I am a sucker for wraps. My lunches, I'd say most of the week, are very, very basic. They're either some kind of leftovers or maybe some kind of sandwich wrap based meal. And so I keep two things on hand. I keep rice paper always. I always have this on hand because you can make different spring rolls or other versions of wraps. Pretty much whatever you want, you can chuck in the middle and make in a rice paper wrap. And then I also keep some of the sushi nori on hand when I want to do something that's maybe a little bit more Japanese style. So there is a recipe that I've been making from Daniel Walker's cookbook. I will link that cookbook down below, and it's almost like its own version of a sushi roll, but without the rice, without everything else. I try to be mindful of rice just to keep my blood sugar a bit more balanced, and so her recipes tend to really help on that side, and these are so great. I love them. They give a little bit of crunch, a little bit of texture, and if you feel like maybe you want to have more sandwiches in your life, but you don't want to have more sandwiches, I find these wraps really work for me. Nut butter. There is always some kind of nut butter floating around, whether it's going into a smoothie, it's going on an apple. I always find myself when I need a snack reaching for something maybe fruit-based or just a little bit of fat, a little bit of sweet, and so I love a good nut butter. So we do buy almond butter. I could make it. I just am really neglectful about doing it, and I feel like by the time I remember to do it, I don't want to do it at that point. Like, I just want the almond butter then. So I buy it, and I find that it ends up being about the same price when you're buying it from Sam's. So just a completely simple dry roasted almonds and salt for the almond butter. And then there's always some kind of chocolatey one floating around. So right now I have the hazelnut cocoa truffle, and it is cashews, hazelnuts, coconut sugar, cacao powder, vanilla extract, and Himalayan pink salt. I find that I have to really read the labels on these because a lot of times the more chocolatey nut butters will have a refined sugar snack somewhere in there. So double check the labels if you are avoiding refined sugar, but I always keep a chocolate one on hand. Normally that ends up on an apple. Patience Fruit & Co. organic dried cranberries. I love to make like a nice, just so basic fall salad with dried cranberries, walnuts, maybe some turkey if I've got like sandwich meat in the fridge, or maybe if I have meal prep some chicken. Really challenging to find dried cranberries that aren't sweetened with cane sugar. I find even at Whole Foods and a lot of other stores, you just don't find them as easily. So I don't super love that these are individual packs. Like, I would love to cut back that extra waste, but this was the best option I can find on Amazon in a last minute pinch, and all it is organic cranberries, organic apple juice concentrate, and organic sunflower oil. So these are perfect if you're a mom and you want something that doesn't have as much refined sugar, you want to keep it a bit more basic, these are great. But if you're like me and you just want to be able to throw some cranberries in a salad and not worry about the extra refined sugar, these are perfect as well. California Fig Balsamic Vinegar. I love this vinegar. Like I said, I love to make my fall salad, and I'm a very basic girl when it comes to my dressing. So a lot of times I will use a vinegar and oil base. If I'm feeling extra fancy, I might make a batch of something ahead in the week. For me, I've been using this and I'm loving it. It's on the sweeter side, so I really find that just this has so much flavor to it because it has fig juice in it mixed with a little bit of olive oil, and it's just my perfect dressing. I've really been loving this particular brand's vinegars, and it's a little bit pricier, but I just use it for everything and it tastes so good. It doesn't have that like funky bitter aftertaste that a lot of balsamic vinegars do. and I'm obsessed. I'm currently loving and obsessed with this vinegar. Pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. I know you guys are not surprised that there are birch benders in my pantry. I love the paleo pancake mix and the paleo pumpkin spice. These guys, I've said it before, they were my savior last year after the hurricane because all you need is water. So on the days that I am craving a pancake or two for breakfast, I reach for these guys because they're so simple. I don't have to worry about mixing a lot of ingredients. I have a quick option in the pantry, and then I can make pancakes like that. Rice ramen that is currently in a Ziploc. Every now and again, I just get a craving for something kind of comforting. I mentioned before that I'll use bone broth as the base to bulk up my protein for a meal, but these are a good option if you are just craving something, maybe like you want some version of pho or your own version of ramen or whatever it is you're looking for. We keep these on hand. I tend to find that I'm really sensitive to a lot of the gluten-free pastas, but this one, we seem to work really well together and it cooks really quickly. So this plus whatever broth you want to use and add some veggies in. It's such a quick, easy meal that you can pack a punch with, and it seems a lot fancier, but it's like a no fuss dinner. Mills crackers. I go through phases with these guys too, but I feel like they're always in the pantry. The rosemary and sea salt flavor and the garlic and herb are two of my favorites. I will pair these with like a cashew nut cheese. Maybe it'll be something that I do if I'm having like my lettuce wrap sandwiches, or if I'm just wrapping everything in a turkey slice and calling it a sandwich, depending on how lazy I'm feeling that day. But I love these because they're just such a quick and easy option, and sprouted tends to be a bit better on my digestion, so I don't have to worry about that. Simple Mills has a ton of flavors. I really love their brand. I really love the products that they make, but I will say, if you're more dairy sensitive, make sure you double check the ingredients because they are a little bit sneaky. Don't have to worry about refined sugar as much, but you never know if you're going to catch some dairy in one of these products. If that's a sensitivity for you, double check the labels. There is always tuna in our pantry, and I really love the Wild Selection solid white albacore tuna and olive oil. I love the olive oil because I feel like I don't really have to add anything. I love to make a very basic tuna with a mustard, celery, pickles, whatever version. If you want maybe avocado instead, I'm sensitive, so I don't do avocado anymore. I don't tend to go for the mayonnaise, but I love that with the olive oil, I don't have to add that extra oil. I'm already getting my oil in for my fat, fiber, protein, and greens, and I love that it is a sustainable seafood. So this is a good option. If you want something that's slightly more affordable, we also get the Members Mark white albacore tuna and water. I found that tuna is one of those places that can be a little bit sneaky with soy. So double check your labels. If that is something that you are looking to cut out of your diet, maybe for your hormone sakes, I limit my soy intake simply because it is in everything. It's hidden in everything. It's just as bad as refined sugar. If you are looking to be mindful about your consumption, tuna is one of those places where it hides. So the Members Mark brand, the premium, there's no soy in there. And then in the Wild Selections, that's an issue. And last but not least, of course, there is pasta sauce. I meant to grab the palmini noodles, which are the artichoke heart noodles. I love those. Those are a good option to bulk up your veggie content and have something that's a little bit more lower carb if you're looking to make sure that your blood sugar is balanced. Try them in my What I Eat in a Day for Project Dream Body. I will link that for you guys. But I do love a good pasta sauce. The Newman's one works really well for me. I like the flavor. You can always, as my grandmother would say, doctor it up and add in some more whatever you need in your life. I always add more basil. Like I feel like I would turn into a basil plant if I could eat all the basil I actually wanted to eat. But I love it. There are no additives that drive me bananas in here, so no soy, no sugar, none of that funness that people love to sneak in. But it's a better price point than the Rouse, which is like $8+. I love a good healthy find that fits my goals, that doesn't make me feel like I'm giving you my firstborn child when I'm buying it, and Newman seems to help me with that. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, because it really supports my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I upload new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and there are always new posts going up on the blog Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So new content coming at you constantly. If you're looking to build your healthy lifestyle, I am here to help you. I love you guys. You matter to me. It is a good day to have a good day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys. I found that tuna is also one of those places that I can't say the word soy.